Well, let's see. Hi, everybody. I'm still trying to get my bearings here. Okay. I got it. I think. From my gut to. I'm getting a bigger, better phone, y'all. Because my boyfriend rocks. And he has ordered me a refurbished iPhone 8. I know I keep talking about it. I'm just going to work on glittering some stuff. You can watch or not. I'm watching Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, his podcast on my TV via the YouTubes. So, all right, so I'm doing this yellow rose with the gold. Those of you who are just getting here, I bought these wooden things at uh, I bought them at Dollar Tree. I obviously can't talk and pick up a box at the same time. Flummoxed me, flummoxed. And I was trying to use just these that I picked up at Dollar Tree, but I've ended up incorporating some of my own too. I'm trying to primarily use these kind of, I don't want to say ugly glitter, because how could there be ugly glitter? They're just not refined enough for me to want to use them on my nails. Sometimes they seem to have dust in them or something, like colored dust. It's not really glittery. I don't know. It's perfect for something like this. I get my tools out here. You're going to listen to Jimmy Church with me, I guess. Okay, so I used my gold that came in, when I bought all of these at Dollar Tree. But I need something darker. And I thought about mixing black with gold or mixing red with the gold to try to make a darker tone. But I decided no, that I would get into my own glitter collection, and I ended up finding this. I save all kinds of things that I think might be pretty encapsulated in my nails. So it's a tassel off of a fan I got from Dollar Tree. And these are annoying, dangling off and waggling about. I'll probably incorporate these little nail doodads that came like from a Dollar Tree. Not good enough for my nails, but good enough for these. Flames? I wonder if I should. Nah. Maybe not. I'll save those for my nails. More flames. And I've got these organized. They're just small, little small packets of glitter that you can get on a cardboard and get a whole bunch of them in different colors. I used to pick them up when I'd find them, and then I eventually separated them out. So I have all kinds of colors of mediocre glitter. So I thought this dark gold would look really good. So that's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to get my strays out of there. We don't have the faster internet yet because John keeps forgetting and I keep forgetting to remind him. But hopefully today he'll get that set up and my lives will be prettier and clearer, not so grainy, and I'll be able to upload things I've recorded more quickly, which will encourage me to upload more. My eyeballs are burning, but I want to craft before I have to give up and shut my eyes for a while. Probably end up going back to sleep. Okay. Ugh. Is it annoying to have me listening to somebody else talking? Maybe. Maybe I should stick to music. This is me hanging out, and I've just invited you to come over and sit on the couch with me while I craft and we watch Jimmy Church. Okay? How about that? Get some coffee, take a toke. But no, I asked y'all to get your smoking accoutrement out if you were so inclined, and that I was gonna do a toot with you, and then I never did. That's so mean, isn't it? My brain. When I'm filming, especially, I get nervous. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. And I get off track very easily. Oh, hey, I voted. We went today and stood in a line for a little bit. We were there when the polls opened. At least I think they do. The name calling, slinging, it's truly insane. Everybody was, it was like we were at a funeral. Everyone standing in line was perfectly quiet. Nobody looked at each other. It was weird. It's like we were at a funeral. Your mind would be blown. John and I talking to each other rather loud. Oh yeah, no one else is talking. We're doing our little semi mock bickering. Our old married couple bickering. Okay, here we go. These circles that I'm in, right? It's crazy. Now they've totally thrown Tucker under the bus. Fucker Carlson. They throw Tucker under the bus because since he ran away from Biden and that conspiracy, they're saying now that Tucker has been compromised and that he could no longer be trusted. It's kind of hard to find yellow glitter. This is why Tucker has stopped for some reason. I just have to settle for gold. Nobody trusts Tucker. Settle for gold. Listen to me. I don't know, but I can say probably, at least for now, no matter who gets elected tomorrow, we'll have way too many breaking headlines. Clearly, this is recorded yesterday. That are going to take way too much of Tucker's time. I'm telling you right now. Hey, that's pretty good. Mainstream media. Will a breaking UFO story be strong enough to overtake the conspiracies that are about to surface over the next year? Well, that depends on what. I don't know. But what's going on? Today we have a war on the border of Armenia. I have no idea how long my image was still. I'm so sorry. This is part of the problem with, and you're looking into my ring light. Hold on, there we go. Nope. It's part of the problem of this little tiny phone. I can't see what's going on the screen. Wah, wah, wah. You won't have to hear me complain about that anymore after Thursday. Got a lot of stuff going on Thursday. Have you seen the women taken to the streets? 50,000 people and women, 50,000 women in downtown Warsaw. We're going to stop. Because women rule. Working, feeding you, doing anything unless you change the law. Right now, barely a mention in the media. Blue. Blue. Well. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I need something to put this into. Those are all full. Top of the hour, Tony Rathman is here live from Phoenix. Wop wop. Listen, it's not bad. Okay, I'll try to pour it back into the little bag there. And we're going to talk about everything that went down over the last 4 days. I had a couple of things that happened. I'm going to tell you about everything. She got to go to the Queen Mary. I'm so jealous. My sister's been there a few times because she lives in California. It's not too far from her, as far as it is from me. I've heard it's kind of cheesy in a way because they put all this like piped in scary sound. Made it almost like a haunted house from what it sounds like, a haunted house attraction. Stupid. And it's unnecessary. Whoa, that was almost a bad scene. Well, shit. The cussing crafter. Well, shit. Hello to anyone who's actually watching this. I'm always surprised when I see some views on my glittering videos because doesn't seem that interesting, but guess some of you like the company. It's just flattering. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Ugh. Glitter everywhere. Glitter everywhere. It's getting bad. Like, I have thoughts run through my head of like, what if this glitter, all this glitter gives the cats cancer? Well, I hope for the best. The blue. Okay. I guess I will need to incorporate this Gobekli Tepe because it's in here. I want to continue it on up here, so I guess I'll do that for the light blue. No, wait. Uh, hmm. I guess I didn't use this one at all in this, just this pretty watercolor. What do they call this color? Got it at Walmart. It's made in Jacksonville, Florida. Siouxland brand. You can get it off their website too. Caribbean is the color. 2.5 ounces. 70.8 grams. It's a lot of glitter. Uh, I guess I can use that. Use this and the lighter, and then I'll figure out something for that. I don't know if that will. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years, and I'm sure glad.
Drinking the tea for 12 years. Is that like drinking the Kool-Aid?
GetTheTea.com. The tea that makes you go.
Oh, it's poop tea.
Geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show. On the Game
Thank goodness. Yeah, I'm listening to stuff about the Lord. It was my father's radio show. I love the Lord. Don't get me wrong.
What's up? I'm Chris. This is Kyle Massey. You're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
I just know I'm not going to be able to figure out where to put my black line when I put the thread through the... I couldn't remember where the details were, but I did take some photos, so hopefully.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black.
Hopefully I can figure it out. And I'll have video, I guess, as well. Oh,
Is our Queen Mary.
oh my God, the Queen Mary's so bad. You know the little girl they talk about, Sally, or no, not Sally. What do they call her? Little girl that's down in the swimming pool area. Do you know she's not one of the original spirits? Somebody made her up, and then after a while, people started having experiences down in there with something that seemed to be a little girl. It's kind of strange to me. There's no record of a child drowning in that pool either. So I think people can convince themselves of something like that, and then it actually takes form and becomes.
The event was 4 days long. Started on Thursday, went through yesterday. Today they were tearing down the ship.
Tearing down the ship?
The gear that was installed on the ship. I did post a few videos over on my Facebook page, and if you want to go and check those out if you haven't already, it'll give you a basic layout of some of the things that I'm about to say right now to kind of set up things. Now,
Look for my spoon.
well,
Baby spoon.
I know what you want to know the good stuff first. And this isn't normal radio. So I'm going to say this at the onset. Two things went down in two different rooms at two different times.
I can't wait to hear this.
100% were real and blew my mind and freaked me out. So I will get to, so I'm letting you know now what that was. Okay? So incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now, let me lay this out for you. I arrived. Most of this was posted up in social media, but for those of you that didn't catch it, just let me lay it out for you like this. Um, I arrived down there at about 4 p.m. I was an hour late. I got stuck in traffic.
So
It was supposed to be an hour drive.
transparent.
Turned
It's
out to be
very
a 2 hour
sheer.
drive. Um, and I was by myself. Rita had to stay back and work and do some other stuff, and she couldn't go with me. She was so disappointed, and knowing what ended up going down, she really wishes that she was there. But okay, she wasn't there. I was by myself. So I arrive at 4 p.m. The first thing that happens is outside of the ship. I had to go through COVID testing, and they it was pretty strange to go through to see COVID testing go down now. And oh, I'm looking at Tony. He is okay. Looks like Tony's good. Racing to Phoenix, and so they did it via blood, not with a swab. I didn't know how they were going to do, but I was assuming it was going to be some kind of swab and some kind of instant test. I don't know about the different tests that are out there, but they did it with blood. Pricked my finger, put it on this little plastic instrument thing, testing kit. Put my blood on there. Boom. 15 minutes later, I was cleared to go on the ship, and there we go. So, but for 15 minutes, while I was waiting for my test results to come in, I'm there. And what you have to understand is that this was an exclusive event for the Dark Zone. That we had not only the entire ship to ourselves, but the property and everything there. It
Wow.
was empty.
Can you imagine not
If you've
having
ever been
tourists all
down to the
over
Queen
something
Mary,
like that?
there's a parking lot there that holds a few thousand cars. It's huge.
Wow.
There's restaurants down there.
8,000.
Everything's closed, completely empty. Not a single soul, not car, nothing. The only
Weird.
cars that were there
That's
were
eerie.
those that were part of the ghost hunting.
Going
I'm
someplace
talking about
touristy
10
like that and
cars
have it just
in this
be
10 car in this giant parking
empty.
lot. And so it was the silence, right? I got to take it all in. I'm standing next to the ship, and not anybody the two nurses that did the COVID testing were there. My escort and security was there. Other than that, it was empty. The silence. To stand next to a ship this big, I don't know how many decks, right? I don't know, 10, 15 decks on this ship. In the black section, you can count the portals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's probably another 4 decks that are in the white section of the ship, that's black and
What?
white. So it's probably 10 decks, maybe more.
Is it
And it's
segregated?
huge. And I walked from the front of the ship. I
I
popped a
don't
selfie in the front underneath the
understand.
Queen Mary. There's a Soviet submarine that is there too as well. I took pictures of that. I didn't post them yet. But so I'm down. I go there. I walk all the way down to the back of the ship, and I just looked. I shot a video of that. That's up on social media, and just to capture the emptiness of everything. And it was, I don't know how to say it. She is a beautiful ship, and it's big. And I'm looking at it just thinking, it's totally empty. There's nobody there, right? We have this ship to ourselves. So, boom, I clear COVID testing. And then I've got my escort, and we head onto the ship, and we go up, and we walk in, and I go into the main nerve center where all of the hardware is there, all the video, the switching systems, the audio for the cameras, and all the remote stuff is in this central lounge. There's a great video of it. This isn't like what you're thinking. The amount of technology that they installed on the ship, the miles optical cables. You can see when you go in.
If you've watched this far,
And Kathleen Burns,
type
the executive producer,
an
and
emoji
her team. And I'm
for an apple.
observing. The first thing you do, you look at catering. That's what you do. That's your judge
And if I see apples, I see
of what's
love.
going on.
So you must hang around during
Up like
this.
4 tables. I was like, okay,
Okay.
all right, here we go. This is pro. Anyway, um, and so that video is there. You can see the level of technology and how serious this ghost hunt was going to be in this production. So I go through all of that, and then I walk through perfect. Let me do a quick tap. Perfect. Just that's Tony letting me know he's ready to go. Um, and we go through now. I go to the main set, and there are pictures of that in the ballroom. And the ballroom, I can't explain. The ship is so big, you don't really realize it until you do things like you walk into the ballroom and you see the size of it. You think that you're in some huge hotel in New York or Miami or San Francisco or Paris or whatever. The wood and it's incredible, and it's huge.
Sounds divine.
And
Art Deco. Everything's Art Deco.
right? Okay. So we go through all of that. Now I'm going to cut to the chase. Our first investigation was in the Churchill suite, Winston Churchill. And so we go up with the team, and we are in the room. Tony's with me. He's going to be with me at the top of the hour. And we're in this suite. It's a nice suite, by the way. It's like 2 rooms. There's a bedroom and a living room area and a dining room, little kitchen area. Nice. It's pretty nice. And bigger than what I thought. And so in this room we have where I am sitting, the portals are here. Here's the back wall. And there's a couple of cameramen, maybe 3, a sound guy with a boom mic. He's here. They're all on this side of the room. All of the investigators are in front of them. I'm first. Sitting across from me is Tony Rathman. He's facing me. His wife, Cherie, is next to him. And then everybody else is on this side of the room. Okay, and we turn off the lights. And as we are doing this EVP session, and I'm running my test cam recorder.
Works better than I thought it would.
Night vision. We were using that in the room too as well. And we go through. We're in this room for about 45 minutes, and the back and forth with the EVP and some of the things that were going on was pretty interesting. And the K2 meters are going off, and there were some things that were happening, and it was really fun. We ask a question. You've seen Ghost Adventures and these ghost hunting shows. You ask a question, and then you wait for a response, and then you ask another question. But the room itself is silent. You can hear everything. And it was at one of these moments where we were going through these questions, and we ask a question, and then from my right, and this is in the dark, okay? There were candles that were lit, but it was in the dark. From my right,
Yes. Oh, we're having technical difficulties. Wonder if I'm even still online. It's loading and loading and loading. I hate my internet. I'm back. I'm back. It was changing. Caused me to lose internet there for a moment. So bear with me.
and I turned to my
I'm back.
cameraman,
I'm
Greg,
back. I'm back.
who's standing here, and I said, Greg, talk to me. And he's like, what's up? I said, well, that wasn't you. Okay, the height, there's a,
I've had that happen right in my ear. It was a man going, like, aren't you an interesting little gossip? Because I was gossiping at the moment.
Um, the sound,
It's
you know
like,
what I mean?
tell
You
me
heard those
more.
men over
Do
here.
tell.
Now, Tony, who is sitting in front of me,
Smart
Tony's
ass
going to be with
ghost.
us at the top of the hour, and we can get his opinion on everything. By the way, I haven't recorded. I haven't had the time to
Oh,
go
there's
in and notice
hollering
the
going on
file. I'm going to
outside.
send the file to Tony. He just got back to Phoenix. He's an EVP expert. He'll look at the files and
Where's
I'll
my
play
remote?
that
I want to
session, my version,
hear
and
what's being
Tony's
hollered
after
about
he does
outside.
his analysis.
Okay, it seems to be
Guess I'll
over.
do magic with it. Tony, who's facing me, he's against the wall. He thought it came from
Getting
behind him in
pretty.
that direction, which would have
Very
been behind
pretty.
Nathan.
Very
I thought
pretty.
it came like right from here. Okay, Tony thought it came from over here. I thought it came from right here. That was pretty interesting. Again, this
Um,
is a voice that doesn't have a mouth attached to it. It was just like in the ether, but it was loud and it
I've heard
was
them like
real
that many
in the
times.
silence. All the women that were with us,
Just
all the ladies, they were all on
invisible
that side of the
person
room,
talking to
and
you right
everybody
next to
was
you.
quiet as we were doing these EVP sessions. So I heard it. I heard my first spirit voice. I, that's it.
You'll
It
never forget it either.
really happened. All right. So there's that.
Yep. That's cool.
That right there was worth the price of admission.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I felt like a professional ghost hunter. I heard my
Shit, had that
first
happen to me in my own
voice.
home.
It was a trip. Okay, so then our next investigation, and there was other things that went on in that room, by the way. We'll talk to Tony about that. Our next investigation was all the way up on the very top of the ship. The suite that we were on was below decks. I don't know. We went from the main deck. We went down like 4 flights. We were 4 decks below. The next investigation was all the way on the top deck of the ship in a lounge called Sir Winston's, named after Winston Churchill. And it took a while to get up there. The ship is huge. But we walk, and I posted a picture earlier of me on the top underneath the smokestack. This is right outside of the entrance to Sir Winston's. But as you can see, it's that you can't go any higher. It's the top deck of the ship, except for that little railing that is around the smokestacks. But where I'm standing, it's right there. I'm standing on the teak wood of the top deck. So we go into Sir Winston's, and which is a small lounge. And if you saw it on the television broadcast, then you could see the setup of the lounge. But typical lounge in that when you walked in, there's a bar on the end of the room, just a full service bar. In front of that is a grand piano. And then in front of that is a lounge with tables in the middle. It's not very big. At tops, if everybody was, you're talking about 50 people in this lounge. There are these little 2-seat booths that go along the
Pardon my
wall
sighing. That
and
was
tables
me. It
in
was
the
not
middle.
a ghost.
Maybe 50 people.
I
So
try
it's
really hard
not
to keep
very
the
big.
ghost
We had
activity
on that
down
investigation
here because of my neighborhood and the bad energy
probably 3 or
and
4
how many
camera
people
crew
drink
plus
themselves to
sound,
death and run out in
and
front of
then the
traffic.
rest
And
of us
people
that were
don't die
there
well in my
um,
neighborhood. And
to do
I
the
have not
investigation.
wanted
And
to
part of that
deal with
investigation was
the
Bernie K.
ghosts
If you
of
saw it, Bernie K, the singer of Sound Barrier,
this
and that was
place.
really cool. More on that later. And
Ghosts of the Crick.
myself and Patrick Doyle. Okay, the Patrick Doyle. So he's there too as well. Okay, so we were
Yeah,
doing
the green
sessions
looks
with the
really weird
Estes
sometimes.
method,
It looks
and I think we did
whitish
3
or
sessions
powdery.
with that. I didn't do it. I was asking the questions, but
Come
that
on.
took about an hour to get through that. Very interesting. The SE sessions are pretty mind blowing to go through. We had 3 or 4 people asking questions. That was pretty cool. But probably, I think the best way, if I do SD session in the future, one person is asking questions. You want to lead the conversation and not lead the, have one conversation. Other people are thinking different things and they're thinking of different directions, and I think it gets a little out of focus. But nonetheless, very, very interesting. Okay, now let's get to the point.
Gotta be careful where I
We're
grab
done,
this, you know.
and we know that we're winding down. It's about 11 o'clock at night, um, and at that moment, we had finished the SE sessions and we were talking about the last session on camera and discussing everything that was happening. And then where I was sitting, oh, okay, so here's the layout of the room. Here's the bar, here's the grand piano. We're sitting at this front table right here.
He's just
The
showing
whole
with his
back half of the
hands,
lounge was empty. In this
not
back
missing
corner of the
anything.
lounge, over here in this corner, is a doorway, and you could a hallway, a doorway to a hallway. I never went back there. I didn't even know the door was there. Everything on the ship is off limits unless you have an escort. So there were certain there were bathrooms that we could use below deck, but everything else, it's like off limits unless you have an escort. So I wasn't concerned about what was in the back of this thing. We were shooting with the cameras in the front of the lounge, right? And the lights are down. So in this dark corner, you could see this doorway. There was a light on the inside of it in this hallway, but it was back there. Nobody paid attention to it. I didn't. And I'm sitting there in my chair, and we're talking. And again, a moment of silence. And in this moment of silence was this door closed. Just loud. And I looked, and that's when I noticed the doorway. What was that? So I get up, and if you saw it on the video, you saw what went down. Camera follows me, and we walk to the back, and now I see it's bathrooms. It's a
Pardon my
gentleman's
sniffles.
and a
This is
lady's
me
bathroom.
100% all the time.
Wow, okay. Didn't know that these
Allergic
were
to
back here.
everything.
I open up the gentleman's bathroom door. I look in. Camera's behind me. There's nobody in there. It's empty. And then I release the door, and it closes, but it wasn't the same thump. It was like, it wasn't the same sound. But okay, well, it wasn't that. So I go to the ladies' bathroom. Camera follows me in there, and I open it up. And there's a second door. It's got a door wedge underneath it on the bottom. So that door was wedged and open. It wasn't that. I saw a countertop, but it's also empty. There's nobody in there. But then I released the door to hear what it sounded like. It was that door. Trippy. And
Should have named this Glitter and Ghosts.
the woman's door, which I could see from my chair, that door was closed the entire time, because when I did look back in that corner a couple of times, that's what I saw. The light, and the door wasn't open to the ladies' room. It would have been really light, right? So, as I did it, like the second time, I hear Patrick Doyle. That was it. That was the sound. Yes, it was. What did that? And I did that on camera. I did it a couple of times. I released the door about this far, pushed it back and let it freely close. Boom. So I don't know. But I heard it. And that's what it was. It was 100% that door. And it freaked me out. Because I'm back there.
He's easily freaked out.
I'm trying to debunk. I just want to get a simple answer. Oh, the door was propped open, it fell shut, or is this, or there was somebody in the bathroom that walked in there and we didn't see.
It doesn't scare me when living people shut a door, so it shouldn't scare me when a non-living person shuts a door.
There's no other
So logic tells me.
explanation. And the one thing that stuck with me about this investigation is you have to understand, we were alone on this ship. And I know that you see this. We're the only people in this building during the lockdown. We're the only ones here. Well, you know what? That's TV. All right. And you don't know. I'm telling you, this is Jimmy Church telling you, we were alone on that ship. There was nobody else there. And we
Oops, oh
were in this
no.
lounge for probably two
Lost
hours
glitter.
in one spot filming. Nothing, no issues. And then at the end of the night, as we're all sitting there, everybody's accounted for, right? This sound comes from the back
Oh
of us.
no.
Closing the door. Mind blowing. And it just gets your mind, and me going back there and doing this. I did this for me. I didn't do it for the cameras. I didn't do it for the audience. I need to figure out what made that sound, and I needed to put my mind at ease. And I didn't. I couldn't debunk it. Bizarre. There's a lot of other stuff that happened too as well. But those are my two experiences that were real.
Cool.
Disembodied voice, loud, clear, in the moment of silence, with all of us
Do
sitting
these
there,
two
and
leaves
that's
and I'm gonna
being
split because
able
my
to
eyes
hear.
are burning.
That was nuts. And then that closing
Stepmom
door
tells me my dad
from the
had
back of the
trouble with
room.
his too when he got his cataracts removed.
Crazy.
So
It was a lot of fun. And I'd do it again
maybe
too as well.
that
There were things I wanted to
more
do on the
Macs are
ship. We didn't
just
have the opportunity. We didn't have the manpower.
more sensitive
But
to
I
such
wanted to go down to
things.
the engine room. I wanted to go up to the bridge. I did look in the pool room. There were cameras going in there, but that was all locked off, and you could only look into it from a window, so I couldn't. I couldn't pull that off. But I would love to do it again. I would that opportunity that we had there because of the pandemic and the ship being on total lockdown. That opportunity will never come again. So,
Yeah.
but
Gee,
I would
I'm
do it in a
jealous that you got
second
to
if I
go.
could. Let's take our break. When I come back, Tony Rathman.
I wouldn't want to
And
leave.
he's cool too as well. I am your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. It's our Queen Mary recap special event. Gonna take a quick break, and when
Right.
I come back, we'll be joined by Tony Rathman, great investigator.
Would have made more
Stay with
sense
us.
for me to
We'll be right back.
do that one than this one, but who knows what goes into Tushy's rationalizations. Man, would rock and do. Listen to his music. You know, that's some dated sounding shit. I mean, what popular musician is. It's like some Eddie Van Halen style shit there.
Broadcasting station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas. Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I'm a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world in a
I
team
do
lifestyle without
not
leaving the
have
family
any
comfort of their own home,
sponsorship
look no
with
further.
with Fade Black
ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
or any of these
Thousands of broadcast
sponsors
and
of Fade
licensed
Black.
speakers you know and love.
I'm just
We have
listening.
also included amazing categories to ensure that your
I've
conscious
been
and
subscribed to him
entertainment
forever
are living
because
on a
he
daily basis. Amazing
he
interviews,
used to
entertainment,
occasionally host
educational,
Coast
and
to Coast
knowledgeable
AM,
interviews that
which
feature
just got
tips,
so
doctrine,
absurd that I
analysis,
pretty much stopped
conspiracies,
listening to it.
mysteries, and helping
Once Art
explore
died, I
subconscious
lost all
perspective,
hope of
meditations,
him ever
audiobooks,
coming back and
work, and
making
so
it a good
much
show.
more. Start your free
So,
trial on any mobile
uh,
device or computer. Surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's
but he
Forbidden
was
Knowledge with the
Jimmy
number
was a
4,
good host. He'd come on and sounded good
ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
and seemed
Again,
intelligent and
visit
seemed really into paranormal
ForbiddenKnowledge.tv
stuff.
today.
So I've kind of followed him over
Listen,
here, and I haven't
I
listened to
know
him a whole
in
lot, but I really
here
should.
that you've always wanted your
Because,
first crystal
yeah,
skull. Or maybe you're a collector just
he
like
knows how
me,
much I
but
want a
you
crystal
just don't
skull.
know where to go.
All right, one more leaf, and then I'm
Then,
out.
then I met Carolyn Ford over at
My
EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
vision is not as good
Carolyn is the
today as it
guardian of
has been
Einstein,
either. I
one of
think
the
I'm having
most
some
respected
swelling.
ancient crystal
I
skulls in the
imagine that's
world.
the root
All of her
of
unique
all this
skulls have been
trouble.
imprinted sitting with Einstein in is Sacred Lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials.
What are they
Breaking is
talking
the
about?
process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer. Einstein, the ancient crystal
Einstein,
skull.
the
If you
ancient
care about the
crystal
correct collection of
skull.
crystal skulls, just head to our store
I
at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
must
Visit the
have
product
one.
more on our site. Don't forget to use the promo
You know what I
code
want? If
Jimmy
anybody
at
wants to just be
checkout to
kind
get
to
you
me,
10% off of your
I
order
want a
today.
little
That's
Robert the
promo
doll,
code
a
Jimmy.
little haunted
Buy now your
doll.
first or next
He's at
crystal
a
skull
museum
is
in
easy.
Florida, Key
Just head
West,
to
I think. I'm surprised Zach
EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
Bagans hasn't purchased him yet.
When you take the beans from Central
But they
America,
make little,
ashes
there's
of
little,
Asian and African mixed in and
little
then
small
released to
versions
the
of them that
dark
they have
side
at
of
the
fade to
gift
black.
shop there, and I think you
Create
can get
the
them online.
ultimate brew of
I
fringe,
would love to have a little Robert the
introducing the
doll.
fade to black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of fade to black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of
I
this
like to
coffee.
smoke the
Dark
beans.
Java,
Oh wait,
icing
those are
light
flowers.
green coffee, deep with
Keep your beans to
distinctive
yourself.
sweet chocolate
Think
highlights,
about it,
just like
folks.
a bunker. Leaning further
A
into the darkness of
vanilla.
the roast is fade to
How does
black
this
blend
go?
from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at
A
jimmychurchradio.com.
vanilla
Use the
almond
promo code
milk
F2BN
coffee
for
is nothing but
15% off of
three
your
bean
order
soup.
today. Go
Ha!
Philly Teffy.
You gross coffee drinkers. I like the smell of it. And I'll eat some coffee ice cream till the cows come home, but coffee upsets my stomach. I just cannot do it. And I don't like hot drinks. Almost never do I enjoy a hot drink.
This is
If it's
TushyGalore.
chocolatey enough, I
You're listening
might.
to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't
All
touch
right.
Jimmy.
That's it for me for a little while. Love you guys. Bye.
Sorry, little brother, honey brother.
Baby. Here we go. My orientation's screwed up, but